It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday night.
Duval County, here in Florida. On the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times, he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The defense is just going to have to find a way, Mike, frankly, to just make this more challenging from the time the quarterback has in the pocket to the amount of separation the receiver has downfield. At this level, that is just too easy. They've got to tighten up both their coverage and find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback. Because if they don't do either, expect a lot more big chunk plays like we just saw there.
On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They'll run the toss here to Etienne. The defense stringing him out. No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence now on 2nd down. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That one taken in Jacksonville. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. He'll take it at the 12. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance for the rest of his career, now not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Here's Pacheco. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is caught by the tight end, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They go play action for Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Now a shot here, deep middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Jaguars. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. He'll grab it at the 12. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now a carry for Hunt. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs have a first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at three situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
That's taken in by Brown. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. It's the Jaguars on top. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
2nd and 7. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This a 48-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Jaden Hicks on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Etienne. And he'll get this up to the 44. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Third down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Man in motion is Brown. Here comes the jet sweep. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
They put Strange in motion. A first down throw for Lawrence. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now a handoff, Etienne, and the Jags are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short, but there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll run it here with Etienne. And he will dive into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Throwing is Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Jaguars have it.
Every team in the league, they work on scoop and score, and they got the scoop part right. I'll tell you what, he had a lot of lead blockers out in front of him. They were trying to get their buddy into the end zone for 6, but he's going to come up just short. But his offense now trots on the field on the doorstep of the goal line in prime position to come away with 6.
Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And now, following the fumble return, what a place to start. It is 1st and goal. They bring their tight end right. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's in. Touchdown, Jaguars. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Little on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Chiefs and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for their next drive. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They put Kelce in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more from Jacksonville after this timeout. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
3rd and long. From the gun, here's Pacheco. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Lawrence. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Lawrence now to throw on first down. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get 4 here up to the 24-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Jacksonville with the Jaguars out front as we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando. Check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in our studios with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on 1 or 2 of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That's dropped off for Pacheco. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's complete to Rice. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On first down, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Man in motion is Brown. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Motion man is Rice. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC.
Pretty interesting sequence of play calls here, Mike. You can tell going into this game, they felt their matchups down here deep in the tight red zone were better through the air than maybe they were necessarily on the ground. We see 2 back-to-back throws. The second one, though, results in a touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Bigsby to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Sending a receiver right. Second down, Lawrence. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get 24 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Motion man sent right. A first down throw for Lawrence. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. A give for Etienne, heading right. And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. They'll run it once more with Etienne. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
So, fourth down, and on comes the rookie, Cam Little, for this Jaguar field goal. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. And he's got it at the 1. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Rice open, he's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a give to Pacheco, running right. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They put Kelsey in motion. This caught right side by Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
This duo, dynamite. 18 yards on that connection, and another 1st.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown.
And he will score! Game on! Xavier Worthy! Touchdown, Chiefs! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now Butker to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will cut the deficit to 7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This is taken in at the goal line. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 22. They'll try left side with Etienne. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now on second down. That's complete to ETN. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. He'll try and run for the first with ETN. And he'll get this forward to about the 33. First and 10. On the give, it's ETN. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll motion a tight end right. Up the middle, here's ETN. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes third down. To throw is Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Off the play fake, Mahomes. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Now, Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now to throw on second down. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. There's that man again. Another catch. Here is 2nd and 7. They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now 2nd and inches. Motion man is Rice. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Here's 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the 4th quarter?
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here comes second down. Lawrence now. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Motion man is Rice. Mahomes now on 2nd down. That one taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everyone.